Hey there, good to see you again. This video is about types of fraction and we will also look into simplifying a fraction. Okay, types of fraction, very quickly we can go through with this. The first here, I've got the numerator and the denominator, which is 3 over 7. The numerator is lesser than or smaller than the denominator. So in this case, this is known as a proper fraction. A proper fraction. Okay, what about this guy over here? Now here I have the numerator 8 and the denominator 5. So the numerator is greater than the denominator. So in this case, this guy is not proper. So we're going to say him that this is an improper fraction. Okay, make sense? Okay, let's move on to the third. Here I've got an integer and a proper fraction. So when you see this, this is known as a mixed number. Okay, this is known as a mixed number. Very straightforward. Yeah. Now we're going to, before looking into simplifying of fractions, we will look how can we convert improper fraction to a mixed number and a mixed number to an improper fraction. How can we do this? Okay. Now let me just quickly change this so that I think you'll get a better idea. I'm going to change this to 5. Okay, I've got a reason. I'll let you know in a short while. Okay, the first thing is, how do I change an improper fraction to a mixed number? So what do? I take the improper fraction, in this case is 8 over 5, and I've run through it through a division process. So the numerator is divided by the denominator. Numerator divided by the denominator. Okay, so I'm going to do the normal division. So 1 times 5 is 5 minus 8 minus 5 is 3, and I stop. I do not continue. Now here comes the part that improper fraction becomes a mixed number. So I read this from top clockwise. Okay, the quotient here 1, the integer becomes 1. Here the remainder becomes the numerator, and the dividend becomes the denominator. So 1 3 over 5. So can you see how 8 over 5 became 1 3 over 5? Right. Now we will look at how the mixed number becomes a improper fraction. The mixed number becomes an improper fraction by following these steps. Take the denominator multiplied with the integer. Okay, so it's 5 multiply 1 and the product is 5. You take the product, you add it with the numerator. So 5 plus 3 is 8. So the numerator becomes 8 and the denominator remains as 5. Remember, the denominator will not change because that represents the number of parts you have divided something. That would not change. Make sense? Yeah. Okay, now we're going to quickly move in just to understand what is this improper fraction and mixed number. Okay, so I'm going to give you a simple example. I'm going to grab a cake and I'm going to slice it into 5 equal parts. Now why am I slicing that into 5 equal parts? Because my denominator says it is 5, so that means something has been divided into 5 equal parts. And what my numerator says? The numerator says the parts that I get. Okay, so I get 1 part, 2 part, 3 part, 4 part, 5 part. Now hold on. I'm supposed to get 8 parts, but I'm only getting 5 parts. So, which means there should be another cake also divided into 5 equal parts. So from this, I will get the 6th, 7th, and the 8th part because that's what my numerator says. Now, this is represented by 8 over 5. That means I get 8 parts from two cakes that has been divided into 5 equal parts each. Make sense? I have the first cake which has been divided into 5 equal parts and I got all the 5 parts. I've got the second cake which has been divided into 5 equal parts as well and I get 3 parts from there. So that represents 8 over 5. Now how does this convert to a mixed number? Now, if you look at this integer 1 is represented by cake number 1. Although I got 5 parts, that 5 parts makes up the whole cake. Make sense? So that means this is one whole cake. I get one whole cake, but it is divided into 5 equal parts. And the numerator here, the proper fraction part, says I get 3 parts from a cake that has been divided into 5 parts. So that means I get one whole cake and 3 parts of another cake that has been divided by 5. Make sense? Okay. Now, let's quickly look into simplifying of fractions. Simplifying fractions is basically stating a fraction in the smallest, using the smallest integers. For an example, if the fraction that I have is 3 over 6, all I need to do is find the highest common factor for both the denominator and numerator. In this case, I know that 3 is a factor of 6, which means I can divide this by 3, which will leave me with 1, and divide this by 3, which will leave me with 2. So that will be 1 over 2. Let's take another example. Let's say it is 25 of 75. How do I simplify this? I know for a fact that 25 is a factor of 75. Nevertheless, let's go the normal way. Now both ending with the digits 5, which means I know I can divide by 5. If I divide by 5, this would be 5. If I divide by 5, this would be 15. Is that correct? Yeah, makes sense. 15. Then I can still continue because 5 and 15 they have something in common, which is 5. So I'm going to divide this by 5 again, that leaves 1, and I'm going to divide this by 5, that leaves 3. So therefore 25 over 75 can be simplified to 1 over 3. All right, just before you go, please help to like, comment and share this video, and to follow or subscribe if you have not done yet. And also activate your notification button so that you will receive notification when we upload videos like this. Thank you so much for staying with us.